So they're building a house across the street from me. I don't know, my spidey senses must have been tingling. So I look outside, and something must have went south, because I see them standing there scratching their heads, and, well, the water just leaking everywhere, out of the ground. And before you know it, the city truck comes. And they're looking at it too. And I'm like, oh, this should be interesting. Then after a little while, I guess they must have fixed something. And then they leave. But I'm thinking to myself, I got city water. That's not good. Huh. They didn't say nothing, no notice, no nothing. Hey, we just contaminated your water. So after doing some sign language and doing some vocal exercises, I say, well, maybe it's time I change my filters. This is the water that was in my filter canisters. What's up, everybody? I'm Triple M. I've owned this unit for about 6 years now, and before that, I owned a Countertop model for about 5 years. And I'll talk about my experiences with both units. Now, let's get started. Now, there's some things you need to be aware of with the undersink unit. One, you're going to need a spot to put the faucet. So what I did is I took out the hose sprayer and I put the faucet for the purifier there. And then I just got a faucet that has the hose sprayer built in. So I didn't have to do any drilling. But if you don't have a spot for the hose sprayer, then you may need to do some drilling. And I don't know if you want to do that. And also, if you're not handy, you might have to hire somebody to install this for you. So you got to factor that into the cost with this. I owned a Countertop model before this for about 5 years, and I was really happy with that, except it leaked because the O-rings are on the bottom. Like this one is great because the O-rings are on the top. So just think about it. If the O-ring and the water going down there, I was always tightening them. I was always fighting with it. I hated changing those things because of it. It was easy to change, but they would always leak. So I'd always get some clear silicone and just put a thin bead and just hope. And that's why you see in the picture I had a towel under it. And also the faucet is right there and out in the open, and it's just dripping on your counter. So I always have a cup there. But what's good about that is when we were renting, didn't have to worry about anything. You just unscrew the thing on your faucet, you can hook it right up, pull the lever, and it's 1, 2, 3. If you don't want to go through all this and you're willing to do that, Countertop model may be better for you. But I said once we got a house, I want the one under the sink because it's just better, it's just out of the way, got your own faucet. I'm extremely happy with this unit. It's never given me any problems, never had any leaks. Like you've seen in the video, the filters are easy to change, and as much as the filters are now, it's still much cheaper than buying water. Like even if you take Walmart's like cheap 40-pack of water, I drink a lot of water. We go through about 2 gallons a day just in drinking in this family of 4, and then cooking, other stuff, mixed drinks, whatever you can think of. That's a lot of water. I have to buy, I don't know how many 40 packs, but I think I figured it out. It cost me like $100 a month just in water. So whatever these filters are now, it's still worth it. And then you don't have to go and break your back and you're making all this waste. I'm really happy with it. I think anyone who's looking for an affordable source of water that's out of the way, that's not going to take up too much room or time, I think this is a great unit. Now I know what's on everyone's mind, well, how often do I have to change the filters? Is it this much? Is it this much? Well, the answer is going to depend on your water. Because some people say 6 months, some say 12. But you know what? I figured it's about 9 months for me. And I got pretty heavy chlorinated water and it tastes nasty. So 9 months is when I do it. You'll be able to tell because it'll start to taste real wonky. You'll start to get headaches and you'll be like, man, what the heck's going on? Then you change the filter and it's night and day. You're like, oh, that's what it was. If you got water with not a lot of chemicals in it, you could probably get away with longer. But if not, you got bad water, you're probably gonna be doing it more often. But 6 months, that's probably the safe bet. But like I said, I do it about 9 months. I do it by taste. I can tell when it's starting to go bad. You get a better deal the more you buy, because that's the caveat too. If you buy in bulk, it brings the cost down more. So that's something to think about and factor into your costs. The filters are pretty easy to change. That's what I like about it. Don't even need to remove the unit. I can just do it there. What I really like about this is it's under the sink. It's out of the way. I still got the space down there, and the faucet's up here. I got purified water whenever I need it. And this purifier is rated at 5 microns. So to just give you an idea, here's a nice little graphic I made. It's pretty good, but you gotta be careful when you buy filters what it says on them, because sometimes I bought it where it says 10 microns, which still, it's gonna do a good job, but this unit's rated at 5 microns. I know there's other units that they've got other things, they've got all this 5, 7, 12, 25 stage, whatever, but this one was great because I liked it because it was 4 stages, 1, 2, 3 filters, and the UV light kills the bacteria, the organisms, so you're not drinking that. That's why I chose this one, because it was cost effective, it fit out of the way, it has the UV light. That was my main concern, and yeah, so that's what you got to be careful with. They have a UV light and how much the UV lights are, because some of them, the UV light costs more than the actual unit does. I've had this about 6 years. I've only changed the UV light once. It burned out after about 2.5 years. I changed it. It's been going ever since. So they last a bit longer. I mean, it doesn't really do anything. It's just lit up. I know when the UV light's bad because the water out of the faucet for the purifier will be cold. Because when it's hooked up, the light is warming that water. So as soon as you turn it on, the water will be warm. That's how you know the UV light's working. That's a tip. If you want cold water, you gotta wait. Let the warm water filter out before you go filling it, because you take it, you're gonna get a swig full of warm water, and it's probably not gonna be what you're looking for. I got links to both units in the description. Help the channel out, please and thank you. There's also the links to the UV light and the filters. But like I said, I'm extremely happy with this unit, and it's lasted 6 years. It's probably gonna last me another 6 years or more. I mean, doesn't really see any impact or anything. So yeah, I got nothing but good things to say about this.